Coming up on the Sports Desk, Tata Boys basketball head coach Paul Nataki's playing and coaching career both began at a familiar Torrance area high school. I'll get you his awesome story. Plus, we have tons of highlights from the hardwood, the pitch, and so much more marinara sauce. I hope you like Italian. It's another jam-packed show coming at you right now. What's up, Torrance? Welcome to another week here on the Sports Desk. I'm your host, Collin Kushner. New show, new suit. Hit me up in the Twitter universe. That's at Collin Kushner using the hashtag BoomSauce. The NBA All-Star Game was very, very interesting to say the least. I've never been a fan of All-Star Games because, well, I'll let the final score speak for itself. 196 to 173. Need I say more? I will say this, though. The skills competition, now that was sick nasty. That's the one part of any All-Star weekend I actually enjoy. Former U of A Wildcat Aaron Gordon proved my point that the skills competition is a gazillion times better than the actual game itself. Check it.
I'm not going to say it. I've been saying this since 2000. It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo! And he didn't even win. But that's another story. The panel might have been ASU fans. Go Devils! Probably not, but that's just my hypothesis here. Speaking of sick dunks, we have seen plenty of those from the Bishop Montgomery Knights boys basketball squad this year. David Singleton, where you at, bro? I'm talking to you. Cue it. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind. I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. Looks like DJ Khaled is predicting another black and gold win. Bishop Montgomery hosting Cantwell's Sacred Heart. The Knights have won 4 in a row over the Tyrann Matthew-less Cards. Jordan Shackle, David Singleton, and Ethan Thompson looking for a pounded. Ethan, look at him, he's waiting. Come on, bro, just let's go Knuckles. There we go. David Singleton, he's doing his introduction. He surprises us as usual. Let's pick it up in the first quarter. No score. David Singleton from the deep three. He nails it. You'll hear more from him in just a second. Then the next possession, Singleton causes the steal, takes it all the way to the wreck. 5 easy points for number 21. He would finish with 19. The Knights up 5-0. And into the second quarter, Knights still up. Singleton to Ethan Thompson all the way. Off-kiltered shot goes. Ethan would miss the ensuing free throw. He needs to work on those a little bit. He finishes the evening with 11 points. And then later in the second, it's still Bishop in front. Jordan Shackle nails a triple. And then he was lights out from three-point land. Ethan Thompson to Shackle from the corner. Nailed it. Shackle would finish with 11 points, just like his brother Ethan. Cantwell with a second-half comeback with the Knights go on to win 60-52. Another game, another win. Bishop ousts Cantwell for their 5th straight win over the Cardinals. The Knights getting back on track after suffering their first loss of the season earlier this month to highly ranked Chino Hills. That's now ABC. It's easy as 1, 2, 3 wins in a row to finish out the regular season for Coach Mitchell and company. You can thank the Jackson 5 for that. The Knights, hashtag killing it. Bishop Montgomery locks up another Delaware League title. Their 4th in a row, and to get even crazier, because that's what we do on the Sports Desk, Coach Mitchell and co. have won 21 straight league matches. Their last league loss dates all the way back to January the 22nd, 2014 to Sarah. Bishop went on to capture the program's 3rd state championship that year. For 5 years, I lived in the Southwest, Tempe, Arizona to be exact. Go Devils. It was warm but nice. Everyone seemed to complain, except for yours truly. Anytime you can wear swim trunks, sandals, and a tank to class every single day, you have nothing to complain about. Let me share some of my mathematical wisdom with you. South plus West equals Southwest. I believe Kanye and Kim Kardashian were debating between Northwest or Southwest. Should have gone with South. Now that I got my Kanye and Kim Kardashian line in, West Torrance on the bubble of playoff city, South Torrance, not so much. West, playing host to South, the Spartans trying to capture their first Pioneer League win of 2016. There we go. Jonathan Atkinson, senior night. His dad doesn't look very happy. First quarter, no score. South Jordan Tang gets the floater to go. Tang warming up, South up 2-0. Next, South offensive possession. Tang pulls up for Trey. He nails that. He's showing off the range. South grooving early, but not for long. Jonathan Atkinson pulls up from the corner. He hits the three. West down by deuce, and then West causes a turnover. Jonathan Atkinson to Emil Digma all the way off the glass and in for him. The Warriors go on a 5-point run of their own. We're all knotted at 5. Then later in the first, all tied at 10. West goes long range. Damon Holland Sanchez hits the three, and then Emil Digma, he's like, what you could do, I could do better. The Steph Curry three, that's good. West goes up by 6 at the end of one. They roll 68-57. The Warriors take the season sweep over the Spartans, and well, as if things couldn't get any worse for South, they do. North goes ham sauce on the Green Squad, 96-55. Listen, I never considered myself a mathematician until I became a sports anchor. Eeh! They lose by 41 points. South finishes off Pioneer League play. Donuts at 10. That's not good. The closest performance to this year's was 2 years ago now. The Spartans went 1-9 in league play. One can consider that a step up. Tough year on the hardwood for Spartan Nation. North, on the other hand, they going back, as Chris Berman would say, to the playoffs. A remodeled gym and a rejuvenated Tata team. Torrance basketball is grooving, kind of. After starting off Pioneer League play 6-0, the Tatas double dribbled and traveled their next 2 games. That is, until they met up with Centennial and regained their mojo. Since the Saxons won their season finale, in order for Torrance to be crowned Pioneer League champs all by themselves, they needed a win over West, or else they'd have to share with North. Who wants to do that? What's West thinking throughout all this chatter? They don't want to be swept by the Tatas. Torrance hosting West. That Tata intro, though, so sick. Noah Carroll, what's up? And here's a sick intro that Torrance does every home game that North tried to replicate, but it didn't work. Second quarter, Torrance up by deuce. West, Alex Mishaw for 3. West takes the 1-point lead. Later in the second, the Warriors up 14-12. Emil Digma is going to get the ball. Digma pulls up for 3. He hits that. We saw him do a lot of that in the last highlight. He's pumped up, and so are his teammates. But hold up, a little later on, Torrance goes on a run of their own. Oscar Parada nails a 3. He finishes with 9 of those. That cuts the deficit to just 3. And then a few plays later, Gio Jackson bounces off Digma and gets that to go. Torrance down by 1. And then under 2 to go in the first half, Giovanni Jackson showing off the long range. Dude was ice cool in the first, but feeling it in the second. Torrance up by deuce at recess. And then to the third quarter, we're all tied at 26. Gio Jackson again, all the way to the rack. Great body control there. The Tatas regain the lead. Jackson finishes with a team-high 17. But then we go to the fourth. It's still close. Tatas, they're clinging to the 2-point lead. Noah Carroll, huge 3. West back on top by 1. But hold up, very next play, Giovanni Jackson to Justin Hino, sick reverse layup. Torrance back up. The student section, they're rushing the court. Why? Because they win 44-36. The Tatas head to the janitor's closet at Torrance High for the season sweep over West. Their 3rd in a row, if you count last season. Yes, Torrance gets crowned all by themselves. Tata Nation, tell us how it feels to be crowned Pioneer League champs for the first time at the age where one gets bar mitzvah, 13 years.
It feels great. It's just a bittersweet feeling because it was like 9 seniors on the team. So it was just like an emotional game for all of us.
Man, it feels great, man. This is something that we were working so hard to get, and we're finally here. You know, it just feels amazing.
It hasn't really sunk in yet, but I'm so proud of our guys. Got a little emotional pregame just about the opportunity, and just so proud of everybody. And for us to put everyone out on the court, for us to go hard the whole game, and just I love just the energy, the parents, the family, and to get the W to top it off against a rival school, nothing better, nothing better.
Thank you, Gio, Oscar, and Coach Nataki. Torrance's 2016 campaign, one of their best seasons in recent years. They finish up 8-2 in Pioneer League play and grab their first league title in 13 years. Ironically, that last Pioneer League title Torrance won, Paul Nataki was playing for West. So Torrance is a date with former congregants of the Pioneer League, Lawndale. The last time these two squads had a dinner date, Lawndale swept the season series with the Tatas. Torrance hasn't scored more points than them since January 2012. Call Me Baby was atop the billboards that year. Frightening, isn't it? Most players become coaches. It's a common trend, and if you think about it logically, it makes sense. Plenty of former NBA stars went on to coach the very same franchise where they starred. Jason Kidd played 7 seasons as a member of the New Jersey Nets and would later coach them for just 1 season. Chicago's Fred Hoiberg played 4 seasons as a member of the Chicago Bulls. He's now their current head coach. The list continues. Byron Scott with the Lakers and the recently canned Jeff Hornacek with the Suns. Right here in the South Bay, Torrance area native Paul Nataki played prep ball for one Torrance area high school, and then once his playing career came to a close, like the big dogs mentioned above, he coached at his alma mater. Here's the story of Paul Nataki's magical basketball touch. The sound of happiness. Torrance High captured their first Pioneer League title with a huge win over rival West. But the win meant more to the man who once upon a time suited up and coached for the Warriors, Paul Nataki.
Start with a win in league against West, end one with West. I love it, man. I love it. I love everybody at West, but of course, those are my roots growing up. It's nothing better to get a victory over them.
Nataki's playing days began as a member of the West High basketball team from 1999 to 2003. He was a 3-year varsity player and captain for the Warriors, competing against the likes of Tyson Chandler, Trevor Ariza, and many other current NBA players. Like many successful athletes, once his playing days were over, Nataki began coaching and eventually took over the basketball program at his alma mater, West High. In just 3 short years, he took a struggling West program and guided them to the CIF Southern Section quarterfinals. But after that amazing run, he left to become the head coach out of all schools, crosstown rival Torrance. And just like he did at West, Nataki's magical touch has taken over.
You know what? I'm really lucky. God really blessed me and the people around me. I have a great network, great administration, and just wonderful support from the parents, the kids, the community. I don't know what to say. I'm so pleased, and I'm big on energy. I'm big on getting everybody involved at all the parts, whether it's the band, DJs, get all the color guards, drill team, everything. The bigger we can make it, the better.
2 schools, 1 coach, and the magical touch of a man who loves basketball. Just when you thought it couldn't get any funnier, it just did. Nataki's coach during his playing days at West was Kareem Gergis, who is now the principal at Torrance High. Whoa! Not stopping there, though, because it's me. Tata senior Giovanni Jackson also played his first 2 years of prep ball at West before transferring to Torrance. His coach during his 2-year stint at West, yep, you guessed it, Paul Nataki. That's nar, bro. Let's take a look at the final Pioneer League boys basketball standings in this beautiful year I like to call the Year of the Monkey. Torrance snags their first title since 2003. North follows up in a close second, Centennial in third, Lusinger in fourth, West in fifth, and South is the basement dweller with Chaz Reinhold in his mama's basement. That's Jeremy Gray's good friend from Wedding Crashers. If you haven't seen the flick and you have no idea what I'm talking about, I suggest you redbox it. Same sport, different gender. After losing to North earlier this month, West has been going in an upward direction. Ironically, the cardinal direction is North. The team that handed them their first loss. South is heading, well, south and racing for the border. The way they have been playing lately, they'll end up in Cabo San Lucas before the Spring Breakers do. West, playing host to South, both squads getting a little pep talk. There's South coach Bobby Imamura. Looks like he needs to go to his happy place. Fourth quarter, West up by 20. Haley Tanabe, some sick moves, pulls up for the deep deuce. Tanabe showing off the moves. The Warriors upping the ante. A few plays later, Kristen Tachiyama to Taylor Tomita. West adding to their massive lead, and then Tomita again, dribble, all the way, kisses it off the glass and in. West rolls 54-32. The Warriors hashtag killing it ways over South continues. West hasn't lost a game to Spartans since December 2010. This is where it gets a little funky, though, everybody. The head coach for South at the time was Mike Caparasso, the same Mike Caparasso that jumped over to West, where he won 2 straight Southern Section titles. It's the American Civil War! 151 years later on the hardwood, the end result of the actual Civil War that you probably read about in 7th grade history class? North won. Date night over at North, the Saxons up big as we enter the 3rd quarter. 46-26, North up at this point. Brittany McPherson, she's going to get the steal here, and she's going to take it all by herself because she got the steal, and then she's being selfish there, I guess. North up by 22, and into the 4th. North up 55-36. Kayla Tashimi picks up to Caitlin Martin for the basket, 57-36 in favor of the Saxons. And a few plays later, Christy Takahashi with the floater for Deuce, and then Takahashi, the deep 2, but the hole just too big to climb out of for South. North's Christy Kika off the glass and in. Saxons win. North says 4's up. Their 4th straight dub over that other Torrance area squad from down south. North finishes off the 2016 Pioneer League season with a bang. South does not. Coach Kamayama and company on fire in Pioneer League play, but not just this year. That's now back-to-back perfect seasons in the fun I like to call Pioneer League play. 20 straight wins and counting, everybody. The Saxons' last league loss about 2 years ago to the South Spartans. Your 2016 league champs, the North Saxons. Let's take a look at your final Pioneer League standings here in this awesome year I like to call 2000 plus 16. North finishes up a perfect 10-0 yet again. West in 2nd, losing her in 3rd, followed by Torrance, South in Centennial, Donuts in the win column for the Apache. Yikes. If you have ever taken the trek up to Big Bear or Lake Arrowhead, you know that in order to get there, you have to navigate the long and winding road up the mountain. It's the quick turns and the cars in front of you going 20 miles per hour that makes it go nuts. The Lady Knights' regular season journey has been that long and winding road. Seems like they have been listening to way too much Paul McCartney lately. The cheerleaders doing what they do best, dancing and cheering. Bishop has lost 3 straight, entering date night with Sarah. 4th quarter, Bishop down 62-37. We're going to get there in just a second, everybody. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Asia Anderson and Jessica Malazarde get picked off, and that's going to go for 2 for the Cavs. Remember, no LeBron James on these Cavaliers. Next night, possession, Jessica Malazarde does some fancy moves to Samantha Isosaki for 3. She hits that. The black and gold trying to claw their way back. The rest of senior night, though, not good. Jessica Malazarde bricks the 3. Malazarde, again, some fancy moves. Dribbles up, pulls up from the charity stripe. Doink! Tough night all around. Sarah downs Bishop, 83-51. The Knights suffer their 4th straight loss to Sarah, but hold up, peeps. Don't start crying just yet because Bishop comes back in their next game and goes the age you need to be bar mitzvahed for their 10th straight victory over Bishop Amat. Winner, winner, chicken parm dinner. The Knights are heading back to the playoffs. Remember, they captured the Division IV AA title just last year. If they win this season, they will have the hat trick of 3 straight CIF Southern Section titles. Woohoo! I finally had a chance to drop a hockey term on the show. Tons of Torrance area schools in the playoffs, 9 teams total, 4 on the boys' side, and all 5 girls' squads. Remember, 4 out of the 5 Torrance area girls teams captured a CIF Southern Section title last year. The runt left out, the Torrance Tats.
Watching the Sports Desk with Collin Kushner, Forza baby, boom sauce.
If Mika is telling you to watch the Sports Desk, you definitely should. Don't forget to whip out your smartphones and hit me up on Twitter. That's at Collin Kushner using the hashtag BoomSauce. It was supposed to be a showdown on the pitch between 2 Torrance area powers, the South Spartans and West Warriors. But in order for it to be a showdown, both teams must show up, and South did not against West. West still undefeated in Pioneer League play. Their last loss in league play was ironically to South 1 year ago. First half 0-0. Southkeeper Ashley Whittle punches the ball up and then hangs on. Still donuts, and later in the first, scoring off for South, Kelsey Bozart free kick. Claire Grauwinkle, Ruth with the big save, but the ball's going to be kicked around. Catherine Nakai And then another save by Soto. And then now she's finally going to hang on to that. That was interesting. Ruth! Scoring opportunity for West, though. Caitlin Fergulia shanks it wide. Zeros on the score sheet. And then West with plenty of opportunities. And here we go. Kimmy Butlin's shot takes a bounce, but she follows up a rebound. That's why you clean up the garbage. It's good for the environment, and you capitalize on opportunities like that. West 5, South 1. That's your final. West sweeps the season series with the Spartans. Coach Murphy outscores the team she used to be an assistant coach on 8-1. In South's next game, they get back on the dub train. Choo-choo! Spartans banana split the season series with the Saxons. South is back in the playoffs again. There's a shocker. Don't worry though, North, they're going back too. The Saxons are packing their playoff bags for the first time since 2010. iPad mania took over the world and has since become the norm for boys and girls of all ages. I'm surprised they don't have anything for pets yet. We all saw what happened on the hardwood. West basketball crushed the Torrance girls squad, but then the Tata boys were able to sneak past the Warrior boys on the hardwood. If those two games are supposed to be any indicator as to what will happen between these two schools on the pitch, well then, it's going to be awfully confusing. The last time these two teams finished in a draw was just 1 year ago, except it was a little more exciting. They combined for 2 goals. Whoopee! We left this game early, and normally when we do that, a lot of highlight-worthy plays happen. Not this time. Senior night at West, keeper Ruth Soto. Ruth! The last time these two squads met up, Torrance and West combined for 5 goals. This match, totally different. First half, no score. Emily Atkinson crosses Sam Lehman, misses the wide open net, still donuts. And then a few minutes later, another scoring chance for West. Emily Atkinson, chip shot. Maddie Doty, no, still not. And then the Warriors, with the majority of the chances in the first half, Caitlin Fergulia boots it, but over the head of everybody. That's not good. Caitlin Creed from deep from the 40-yard line. If that was a field goal, it wouldn't be good. And in soccer terms, it wasn't even close to being a goal. And then Caitlin Fergulia turns. Emily Atkinson, that's going up to British Columbia. Nothing at all. 0-0 draw. West finishes up 1-0-1 against the Tatas in 2016. And guess what? The polar opposite for Torrance, 0-1-1. West has been absolutely #killing it since joining the Pioneer League and since Coach Murphy took over, which both happened last year. West is 17-1-2. They haven't lost a league match in just about 1 year. West has now won 3 straight league titles. The last 2 have been members of the Pioneer League, and the one before that as members of the Bay League. According to MaxPreps.com, it's West's 5th straight playoff appearance. Boom sauce! Coming off a 10-0 victory over St. Matthias, one could only imagine what the Bishop Montgomery girls would have as an encore performance. I'll tell you, it definitely wasn't 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, or even 2. It wasn't good. The Lancers trying to outduel the Knights. On God! Coach Haynes gazing out into the beautiful sunset over Knight Field. He's just taking it in. First half, no score. Aaron Atkinson, sick move, shot on net. Doink! That goes wide. Still 0-0. Later in the first, still no score. Aaron Atkinson again heads the ball to herself. Atkinson, boom sauce! She finds the back of the net. That's her 3rd goal in 2 games, everybody. Atkinson on fire. The Knights up 1-0, and they're celebrating 2. That's what you need to do after you score a goal, I think. LaSalle, though, storms right back. The Lancers tie this game up here with some fancy work. Binga, banga, bongo. That was like 4 players to make that goal happen. LaSalle tacks on another. They outduel Bishop 2-1. The Lancers take down Bishop Montgomery again for the season sweep over the black and gold. I haven't said this at all on this show until now. Scoreboard in their next game, that other Bishop School Donuts, Bishop Montgomery 4-0. Just like LaSalle, Bishop Vermont sweeps the season series versus Coach Haynes and the rest of his squad. The Knights miss out on the playoff fun for the first time in 2 seasons. Same sport, different agenda. Unfortunately, the exact same result, -1. The Bishop boys fall to Bishop Vermont again. The Lancers take the season sweep over the Knights. They haven't beaten that other Bishop school in over 2 years. The same year Bishop took down Bishop Vermont was actually the last time they made the playoffs. 2 years now and counting. Down south, the Spartans changed the Civil War Wikipedia page, shutting down the Saxons 1-0. Only in Torrance, the South win the Civil War. The Spartans captured the 2016 Pioneer League crown, and the good old cherry on top, they are headed to the playoffs for the second straight year. The Saxons, though, get the hat trick. That's not good. They miss out for the third year in a row on going to the playoffs. And your final scoreboard on this particular show, keyword is this show. Torrance does what South did to North, except in regulation. Torrance donuts West 1-0. Remember, Coach Shimizu and co. started off their inaugural year back in the Pioneer League 10-0, and a Pioneer League crown to go with it. Torrance, well, they're preparing for a wild card match with Norwalk. A win and they're in, a loss, and I think you know what happens next. Another wild season of Pioneer League play on the pitch. That's for show. South, we go into the top. They finish up 9-1 in league play, followed by Lusinger, Torrance, and West, who won the crown last year. North finishes in 5th, and Centennial in 6th. Yikes! Donuts in 10. I'd much rather have donuts and coffee, and I think they would too.
You're watching the Sports Desk with Collin Kushner.
A big thanks to the Tata Cheer Squad. Boom Sauce back at you. Welcome back. Check out our Instagram page. That's the Sports Desk TV for cool pics, video, and some awesome filters. Over the last year, I've hung out in every student section on multiple occasions during football games, basketball, softball, you name it, I've been there. Everyone always would say it's hype or that's hype. Maybe I'm too old. I don't get it. I had another run-in with the word hype, and once again, confused as usual, I gave Oscar Parada the look my dog gives me every day, like this. What in the world is going on? Get hyped for this? Did I use it correctly? I don't know. Ken, Gus, Brian, just play it. I have to ask you, what does hype mean? Everyone says that. Define that for me, if you would. You don't know?
Well, I mean, like, when you're hyped, it's like you're, like, super excited. You know, it's, like, more than excitement. You know?
So how hyped are you for the playoffs?
Just, like...
Extra hype.
Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm like 1,000, man. Like 1,000.
There we go. Oscar, thanks, brother. Congratulations. Nice work. I kind of get it. I really don't. Thanks, Oscar. You the man, brother. It's time. Time for you to take out your smartphones and start hitting me up on Twitter. That's at Collin Kushner using the hashtag BoomSauce. Now, my goal since the day I took over the show has been to get everyone in on the hashtag BoomSauce movement. Not just Torrance, but the entire South Bay, state of California, and the entire world. Most thought I was crazy after I verbalized my master plans. Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't, but you can't deny that it's worked. The movement has just reached an all-time high.
Boom sauce.
Say it again.
Boom sauce. Boom sauce.
Say it again.
Boom sauce. Boom sauce.
Say it again.
Boom.
Amazing. If you are just tuning in, I can't stop laughing. Get in on the hashtag BoomSauce movement. If you aren't, I guarantee you that the person next to you is. Seriously, just do it. That's Nike's catchphrase. Hey-o! That's another show in the books. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And remember, if you want to just say what up or chat about some sports, you can do that as well. Take it easy, Torrance. We'll catch you next time.